kind of like riding a bike, you know, you just get out there and do it. When you take the split second to think about your feet sliding across water and where that water line is and exactly what has to be going on, all the mechanics of it, it's just so surreal, and everything's going to be just so perfect. What I think the coolest thing about it is how such a small surface area on the water can slide and how you can stand on your own feet. It's just so amazing. The feeling is just so crisp and different and freeing. Growing up in Northern New Hampshire, obviously the winters are long. It's where you do a lot more snow skiing than water skiing. So people ask me all the time, how did you get involved in water skiing? And basically my cousin Gary Bouchard, otherwise known as Swampy, he started a water ski club, and my parents got involved in that, and my sister Kendra and I got involved as well and started kneeboarding and then skiing and so forth. And then Swampy hired current world champion at the time, Mike Seipel, and he came up to do a barefoot water ski clinic. He taught myself and two of my cousins how to step off a water ski right off the bar, the boom off the side of the boat, and that's kind of how I got introduced into barefoot water skiing. The first time barefoot water skiing is just awesome. I mean, it's almost like you can't even believe you're doing it. Standing on your own 2 feet on the water, just skimming and cruising along. It's so cool. And when I was 13 years old, a newspaper reporter asked me, what do you want to do with your barefoot water skiing? That's the first time it really clicked in my head, and I said, I want to make a full commitment to this and train and work hard and go as far as I can. So I told him, I said, I want to move to Florida, I want to open up a ski school, and I want to become national world champion one day. From that point on, I've been, basically training and working hard. My parents were pushing me hard and supporting me. I knew right when I graduated high school, I just wanted to move straight to Florida. Kind of out of the blue, this man that I met one time before, his name was Mike Holt, he sent me an email and he said, if you want to move to Florida, I have an efficiency you can stay in and you can train me for the rent. So basically flew down to Florida with $1,000 in my pocket. Didn't really know what was gonna happen, didn't know how long it was gonna last. Just figured I'd just go for it. It was a dream I always wanted to pursue, and I did it. When I found a part-time job, I rented a house on Lake Minneola, and that's where I started my ski school. Obviously, to start the ski school, I needed a boat. So I had a really good friend, his name was Richard Grant, and he was generous enough to actually buy me a boat. If it wasn't for that, I don't think I could have started a ski school because I couldn't afford a boat at the time. I was 19 years old. As time went on, I ended up getting sponsored by Mastercraft, and my career kind of took off after that. I started winning some national titles, and that gave me a good base and a good name to continue growing the ski school. I moved the ski school to Tampa for a job offer that I really couldn't refuse. About 4 months into it, the company and the business that hired me, they folded, they went under. So I basically had to start ski school again. Well, starting a ski school from scratch after moving locations and after kind of not really being involved in running a ski school full time for about 4 months, I had to start all over again. And it was brutal. It was so brutal that I burned through all the money that I had saved. I had pretty much nothing. I was barely paying my rent, drinking, unresponsibly, basically, and hurting myself, hurting the future of my career, and not really caring. So I came this close to just quitting and moving home and just packing it up. 2 things happened. I said, I've never won a world championship title, and I would hate to really quit this sport and not have that under my belt, because it's always been a dream of mine. The second thing was I had a really good friend of mine, Patrick Werner, that gave me a quote on a card. And for some reason, that quote, man, really motivated me into changing everything in my life. Basically, stopped drinking, started eating healthy, started working out again, and actually started training so hard that I was training a year in advance to prepare myself for the World Championship. It was about a 3 to 4 year hiatus of a low point, But I did get through it. I did fulfill one of my dreams, and I won the world championship in 2006. At that time, I moved to Winter Haven, bought a house on a lake. I knew it'd be a great spot for a ski school. That's when I basically brought the ski school to the next level as well. About a year after that, Swampy, my cousin, Gary Bouchard, moved to Florida. Moved in with me because I needed help with the ski school. We were growing. As he got involved and we continued going on, we figured we better make a 5, 10, 15-year plan in the ski school. We didn't want the ski school to be named after me, which it was. It was Keith St. Onge's Barefoot Waterski School. So Swampy came up with a great idea. He said, I think we should approach David Small, which was also a 2-time world champion. And he'd be a great asset to us, and we could create a whole new ski school. So that's what we did. And now we have what's known as the biggest barefoot water ski school there's ever been at the World Barefoot Center. So as the years continue to go by, some of my career highlights were winning 14 national overall titles. That is now the most that anybody in the elite status has ever won. I've won 2 overall world titles, and I've won 13 gold medals at the World Championship. Things have panned out pretty well. I can say, looking back on all the time and effort and dedication and falls that I've put into the sport, it's all paying off, and it has paid off, and it's really cool that I've been able to live out a dream for this many years. I think I got about another 4 or 5 years left in me. I should be able to ski competitively strong until I'm 40 years old. That's kind of my goal right now. And after I'm done competing at a high level, I think I will still want to barefoot, want to spend time in the water, and I'll be involved in this as long as I can. There might be some other little ventures along the way, but barefoot water skiing, I'm here to stay for a while.